There's a new Livingston councilman. As a matter of fact, there are 9 of them here at parish government, including a fella that everybody calls Frog, but his actual name is Garry Talbert. And Garry, I want you to tell us a little about yourself, but first, I got to hear about this nickname. How did they start calling you Frog?
I was given a nickname a long time ago, and it's just kind of stuck. A friend of mine started, actually it was Frog Lips. I hate to even tell everybody that, and his granddaughter could only say Frog, so it got shortened to Frog, and it's been that way for probably 23 or 24 years.
So obviously you come from a business background. You've never run for office before.
No, so this is my first time. I had served a couple times before as a citizen on different boards. Once I'd served in the East Baton Rouge Parish Metropolitan Airport Commission, and then I served on the rec board out in the Watson area, Livingston Parish Rec District 2, and also served as a chairman of that board.
You've been involved in a couple of different businesses too.
Yes, sir. I run the truck stop at Magnolia Plaza. I own that truck stop. I don't own the property, but I own the business. And then I have a partner in a company called Frogs Wholesale Fuel, and we're a wholesale distributor of fuel. Our area is kind of large. We go from New Iberia to the Homa area. Do a lot of business in the Baton Rouge area and in Livingston Parish. We go. So we cover a large area, but most of our business is local.
So why go for the parish council? It couldn't have been for the pay, which is extremely low.
No, to be honest with you, just in business dealings throughout the years, just like in subdivision development and other things, you realize that there was a need for a change. I guess the final deal that really made me pursue office is as I served I had served as a chairman of Livingston Parish Recreation District 2, and we had made a lot of improvements to the ballpark in that time frame. And when the tax renewal came up, the tax didn't pass because of just not letting the people know exactly what was going on. And I realized there was a tremendous lack of leadership in our area, and I felt the need at that point in time to step up to the plate, run for the council, and try to provide, some leadership and look out for the people of District 2 in the Watson area.
Watson is a very hard area to serve. It must be, because it looks like one term and out is the norm for the councilman from there.
Well, actually, my predecessor was a one-term. The councilman before him, Jimmy McCoy, served for 2 terms, and Jimmy chose not to run. Watson is a unique area in the fact that there are a lot of people in the Watson area that grew up there. There are a lot of new people because the area has grown so much. We've got great schools in the Watson area, and I believe that the people in Watson are just looking for somebody that is available and accessible to them, and I plan on being there. I mean, you can catch me every morning at the truck stop, so I'm not hard to find.
So what about the proposed gravel pit there? Obviously you inherited it, but is there anything that can be done about it?
I mean, the gravel pit, there was an ordinance created by my predecessor, passed by the previous council, that offers some protections for the residents of Oak Hills. There seems to be some controversy with the residents of Oak Hills and how DEQ came about their water quality, and that's going to be addressed in the court system. I believe that there probably ought to be some tweaking to that ordinance, because I think that there's some parts of it that probably harm the citizens as a whole, but there are going to continue to be protections for the residents of Oak Hills and the Watson area with respect to commercial development.
So how about incorporation? Dead duck?
I'm not sure it's a dead duck. I never signed the petition. I'm not against I'm not for, let me clarify that, the current proposal based on the large area. I'm not saying that if we didn't evaluate a smaller area and that we could show where there was a benefit, I might be for that in the future. But given the current situation and the fact that I'm not sure it's economically viable, to be able to support itself as a government, then I'm at this time I'm not for it personally.
What else do you want to share with us?
Nothing, that I'm accessible. If you need me, come see me. I'm gonna be glad to sit down and visit with you. I met a lot of you on the campaign trail. Some of you know that we've already sat down and visited. I've got an appointment tomorrow in planning, to speak for a constituent of ours. And then I think after that, another lady wants to come visit with me about animal control. So I'm going to be accessible and available and open-minded to discuss with any of the constituents of the District 2 or anybody within the parish. If you've got a concern, I'll be glad to talk to you.